Rutherford designed an experiment to see what happened when alpha particles were directed at a piece of gold foil. Summarize the observations and state the conclusions Rutherford reached about the structure of the gold atom. Here I have got a simple model of the gold atom. At the center you can see the nucleus, and around the nucleus the orbit of the electrons. When alpha particles were fired towards the gold nucleus, there were three main observations that Rutherford had. Most of the alpha particles went straight through, which you can see they are these particles, these alpha particles, and the reason of that is that there is nothing in their path, so they are just moving straight through the atom. Then he saw that some of the alpha particles were deflected slightly, and that's because they are moving close to the nucleus, and nucleus having a positive charge repels the alpha particles which are also positive. And he also observed that some are actually reflected back. And these, as you can see, are because of the head-on or almost head-on collision with the nucleus. So, to answer the question, we should remember that we are asked to state the observations and conclusions. The observations, as we said, are most passed through, some were deflected, and few reflected. So that answers the summarize the observations part of the questions. And we need to state the conclusions that each of these observations shows. So we said that because most particles are passing through, that shows that most of the atom is actually empty space. Because if the atom was filled up, they wouldn't be able to just pass straight through. So most atom empty. And the deflection tells us about the charge of the nucleus. Given that alpha particles are positive, they are repelled from the nucleus at the center, the nucleus has to be positive as well. If the nucleus had a negative charge, it would actually attract the positive alpha particles. So the conclusion there is that we have got a positive nucleus. And the bouncing back of the alpha particles when they have head-on collisions show that we have a massive nucleus in the center. If the mass of the nucleus was comparable to the alpha particles, the particles wouldn't just be bouncing back, they would actually be able to knock the nucleus off and the atom would move. But because we have a massive nucleus at the center, the alpha particles are just bouncing back.